welcome back to Milton Mo Junction, which is a December update, which is perhaps a little different from normal. I haven't actually done a lot of work. I've removed the helix, but it was in fact the removing of the helix and banging my head a few times that made me start thinking that I think my layout, it's getting too complicated. I mean, it's not a particularly big layout, but there's lots to do, lots to go wrong, and I just think that it would be a lot easier to change the whole layout, and if I'm going to change the whole layout I want to go O gauge. So as you probably know if you followed my channel for a bit, I did have a little dabble with O gauge in so much as I decided to go to German O gauge and run the layout in conjunction with my current OO gauge layout, and I run it along the top, if you like, of the OO gauge. Now I did go to German the layout because I like the way it automatically uncoupled, and that was pretty much a necessity where I'd got the layout because I didn't have a lot of access for quite a bit of it, so I went down that line. I do actually really love the British O gauge layouts, and I've been really tempted for a while, but doing all this change to the layout, banging my head a few times doing removing the helix, I've got to put something in place, and I just thought that perhaps it is time to indulge this desire, if you like. The main stumbling block in the past has always been my wife, really. I thought she would go absolutely mad when I said I wanted to change and all the stock I've got, get rid of it all and all the work I've done, but I explained to her that I've enjoyed doing the work and I've enjoyed running the stock that I've got, but I think it's just nice to have a change, and although I haven't finished this, nowhere near finished it, I think it would be a lot simpler if I had less stock, because obviously I've got 60 or 70 sound locos, whereas if I have an O gauge I'd probably only want 10 or so maximum. The actual layout would be a lot simpler to sort faults out, and actually, you know, not so much actual stock. Be a lot tidier around here. Wouldn't have so many empty boxes. I'd have bigger boxes, admittedly, but not so many. And that was my way of thinking. I still wasn't really sure. So what I did, I decided to go out and get an O gauge. Had the opportunity to buy an O gauge loco, and it's one of my favourite locos, the 37. It's all weathered nicely, not too bad, too much rather, but had sound put in it, and when I was having the sound put in it, or buying the sound chips or so, someone said to me that once you've heard this and run it, you won't want to go back, and I think that's pretty much just what's happened. I think this is the thing that's just really confirmed what I want to do. Right, so that's looks like the way I'm going to go. I haven't decided what to do about the German stuff yet. I may well use the track actually, although I'm deciding what to do about the lanterns, either take them off or cover them up. The track is, I mean, this diesel goes around the curves quite nicely actually, but I've been told, don't know how true it is, that the carriages won't. I don't think there's a problem with the goods wagons, but the passenger coaches won't. But saying that, I don't intend to have too many passenger coaches, because I think I'll sort of have one small station, but the rest will be goods and a diesel yard, and perhaps a few little small steam engines. I'm going to go for the green diesel era, so I can mix and match, but I'll probably mainly stick to diesels. And so I shall probably be selling off most of my, if not all of my O gauge gear. I've got lots of decisions to make now. I'm busy trying to sort out a decent layout to make, so that I have at least one sweeping track that has perhaps 5 foot plus radius curves all the way around it. That curve that the engine's just gone round at the moment is just over 3 foot, I think. It's not a particularly big curve, and that goes around that okay, but and it doesn't look too bad either, but I'm told that coaches do, so I might have to buy a couple of coaches to see what's the minimum radius I can get away with. So there's lots of decisions to make, whether to keep this track or get Pico track, whether to do a combination. I have tried joining it up. It looks a little bit different, but funny enough, once you've joined it up, it's the same level. I'll just show you here what I've done. I've joined 2 pieces of track up. It actually looks completely different, because one black sleepers, brown sleepers, slightly different gauge of track, but when they're put together they're exactly the same height. I think once it's ballasted and weathered, you probably wouldn't notice the difference too much. And so, or at least you could have the join somewhere hidden under a bridge or tunnel or something like that, so that wouldn't be a problem. The nice thing about this German O gauge is that the points, you can attach 2 points together, because there's a slightly bigger curve on them, which I don't think makes a lot of difference on the points itself to anything. It means you can join 2 points together, whereas the Pico, without cutting sleepers, whereas the Pico you have to cut sleepers. And most of the points I've already used have got inbuilt motors anyway, but I've got to find out about that. I don't think they'll electrofrog, because they're not needed with the German stuff. Most of it has capacitors built in, even the coaches. So I've got to look into that, or I might get rid of it all and go Pico. I haven't decided. There's lots of things to sort out. I need it really to be self-funding, that is. I need the O gauge to pay for the OO gauge, rather, to pay for the O gauge, and I'm going to carry on that line. So what I shall probably do is, I'm away till the middle of January pretty soon, so I won't get a chance to do anything. While I'm away, I'll do a bit more planning and track planning and deciding which to go. If when I come back I still keep my mind going on the O gauge, then I'll rip up everything and start again really, but I'll probably make a video record of starting a new layout in O gauge and see how we get on. I know it might not interest some of you, and so that's fine, and others of you probably think I'm absolutely stupid having done all this work, but as I said earlier, I've enjoyed doing the work, I've had lots of fun doing it, and that's what it's all about. So there was a lot more work to do at this section anyway, so in some ways I'm making it simpler for myself, because I shall put a board in along the back there and a board here, leave a hole in the middle which will be blocked off with back scenes, etc. So that's all I've got to do there. I haven't got to bother about a ramp down to a fiddle yard. And obviously there's all this to rip up. That'll be a bit of a shame, and I feel a bit sad about that. But it's like buying a new car, isn't it? When you get rid of a faithful old car, or an older car that you've had for a couple of years or 3 years or so, you feel really sad. But then you think about the new car you're going to get and soon forget about the old ones. So I'm hoping that'll be the same with the layout. But as I say, I can understand if some of you are not interested anymore in this channel. But I'll probably call the little station that I'm going to build, it'll possibly be just a 1 or 2 platform station, and I'll probably still call that Milton Mo Junction. So I'll keep the channel name the same. It'll just be a different gauge. So let me know what you think, and I'll keep in touch and let you know what's happening. So bye for now.